Rubber Soul marked a turning point for the Beatles, pushing them far beyond the pop formula they had followed in their early years. With innovative tracks like Norwegian Wood, Nowhere Man and Girl, the album paved the way for Revolver, which many listeners still consider their artistic peak. Yet its closing track stood out for very different reasons. The final song became one of the most debated pieces in their catalog, a track John Lennon never cared for and would have preferred to exclude entirely. Run for Your Life is the sort of song that would trigger immediate controversy today, and Lennon had strong feelings about why it didn't belong. Like the title track from Help, Run for Your Life hides behind a bright, upbeat melody that almost distracts from the darkness embedded in its lyrics. Released in 1965, the song reflected a very different era and was inspired by material from even earlier decades. Lennon later explained that he had written it quickly, drawing from a line in an Elvis Presley number that caught his attention. He built the entire composition around it, but in hindsight, he admitted that it never meant much to him. The borrowed lyric, used as the song's opening threat, sets the tone immediately. Lines expressing possession, jealousy, and violence run throughout the track, echoing the mindset suggested by the quote Lennon had lifted from Presley's Baby, Let's Play House. He intensified the sentiment by repeating a similar warning at the end of every chorus. It's not difficult to imagine how sharply such words would clash with modern standards. Lennon often pointed to this track as his least favorite Beatles recording, one he had long disliked. Interestingly, not everyone in the band shared that view. George Harrison was enthusiastic about the song's inclusion, largely because it allowed him to deliver a standout guitar solo, one of his early highlights as a lead player. For Lennon, the track was an insignificant throwaway. For Harrison, it was an opportunity to shine. Paul McCartney, whose writing leaned toward romance and emotional warmth, naturally felt less connected to the song's harsh tone. Still, the Lennon-McCartney partnership meant he approached it professionally, even though it wasn't something he would have written himself. In his view, the song reflected Lennon's personal frustrations at the time. Lennon was trapped in an unhappy marriage to Cynthia Powell and felt constrained by domestic life. And McCartney believed those emotional pressures shaped the song's aggressive edge. McCartney's own circumstances were very different. He lived more freely, enjoying the excitement of bachelorhood while maintaining a steady relationship with actress Jane Asher. Because of that, themes of jealousy or suspicion didn't resonate with him in the same way. To him, Run for Your Life felt like a burst of damaged confidence, a moment where Lennon's discontent made its way into his songwriting. Stepping back, the contrast within the Lennon-McCartney dynamic becomes clear. Lennon frequently gravitated toward darker themes, sometimes expressing fear, anger, or violence, whereas McCartney almost always leaned toward hope and affection. Their genius lay in the balance they created together, keeping each other from drifting too far into extremes. But with Run for Your Life, the equilibrium faltered. Even Lennon later viewed the song as a misstep, and although Harrison's guitar solo remains a high point, the track is still one of the rare Beatles songs that many listeners feel the catalog could easily live without.